What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thanks for joining us on another very special edition of Open Tab. I'm Jeff Bakalar, and with me this week is Senior Editor Josh Goldman, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
Josh is our digital imaging and drone editor.
Drone editor.
He's the drone editor.
Flying things all over the office.
Sometimes. Mostly just crashing.
One time he hit me in the face. I needed reconstructive surgery. It was a shatter pass. Anyway, he's our drone guy, so he knows all about the latest and greatest in the world of drones and 360 cameras and all that junk. So if you have a question, stop what you're doing and type it out in the little comment section below, and we'll get it to Josh when we can. So we're going to have Mike Sorrentino here. He's going to be monitoring the chat room.
I'm monitoring the chat room. I am not playing RuneScape or playing games like Minecraft like some people in the chat thought last week. I am absolutely here watching your YouTube chat, which is going right now, and we'll get your questions into the show today.
Okay. We also have Joey in the control room. He's doing something with the teleprompter. Not well, but he's doing something. This week's umbrella topic is whether or not we want big things. Big things.
Big
this
tech,
week,
though.
what's that?
Big tech.
Big tech,
Big tech.
large tech, tech you can't fit in your pocket. You can only fit it in your trunk. Like the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 that was released earlier this week. And there's all kinds of larger tech rigs coming in and out of the office all the time. But let's start with this game of drones.
Game of drones. Ooh.
You like that?
Yeah.
Scary.
I'm sure
I feel like
nobody
someone's
has ever said it before.
I feel like someone's done that
Yeah,
before.
probably. Yeah.
So Josh, thanks for being here.
Sure.
What are the differences between a large drone like the Phantom and one of these rinky-dink, I found this in a Cracker Jack box drone? What is the difference? Obviously the size. I think that goes without saying.
We've covered size already, yeah.
But
so,
what, like, am I really missing out on something cool by just having this little guy here?
It all depends on what you want to do with your drone.
So what do I want to do with my drone?
Flying around your living room, hitting your cat in the head, that's the one you want.
Right. So pet abuse is what
Yes.
this is mainly used
Yeah.
for.
Well, I mean, that and child abuse.
Oh,
Or
that
cats.
goes without saying as well,
Yeah.
of course.
Just scare all the
Of
cats
course,
away
yeah.
with the drones.
Of course.
Yeah. But that one's a toy, no camera on that one.
Right.
And that one in particular is made to roll up walls or also just fly.
Right, okay, that's cool. That's an interesting design. I like that.
So you got ones like that are tiny and don't do all that much.
Right.
And then you move up and you got other ones like I've got this one here,
Okay.
that one there.
What's this?
That is the Sky Viper.
Sky Viper.
Sky Viper.
Snakes can't fly.
V2400 HD.
Should I
Because
not
it
plug
has
this
a
in?
HD. You can plug it in. It's not going to do anything.
Oh, okay.
But it might blink. Anyway, that one's got a camera. It flies up in the air. That's a little bit more outdoorsy.
Okay.
You fly that around your yard. Can fly it around your house too, depending on the size of your house, I guess.
Right. So what am I getting with, like, everyone sees these vloggers and everybody, they're rocking that Phantom.
Right.
That thing's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money because it has a lot more tech in it.
Yeah.
It's got a much better camera, stabilization for indoors.
Okay.
So that you can fly it and you don't need, normally you would need GPS signal outdoors in order to keep it hovering in place and not just flying off.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you get with like the Phantoms. You get better stabilization, better features, ability to set it up and fly a flight path.
Are they harder to fly?
No, actually, they tend to be easier to fly.
So the bigger,
because
the
they
easier it is to fly.
Well, I mean, here, this one is big, but it's essentially a toy.
Right.
It doesn't have, I don't know if they can see it.
Oh yeah, they could see
Yeah,
that.
all right.
Look
So
at that thing. Look at this.
You got that. This is essentially a toy. It's a larger drone. It comes with a HD camera on it.
Okay.
But it doesn't, it's not,
It's not going to
Here,
have
hold
that. Yeah, I'll hold this.
So-
It's not going to have that stabilization.
Right, it's not going to be stabilized. The camera's fixed, so you can't do anything. You can't like pan and tilt it.
Right.
Is that a GoPro on there or no?
No, this
No,
is
that
called
is a-
Mike. This is a fake ass GoPro.
Fake
This is
GoPro.
called.
No,
That keeps it in the toy realm when it's not a full-fledged camera.
Well, no, I mean it's a full-fledged camera, but I mean that is not.
It's a faux pro.
It's not a great quality.
I like that. It's a faux pro.
Faux pro. There you
Faux
go.
pro.
Faux pro.
I'm just gonna wear this on my face the rest of the show.
I like that. But again, this doesn't have GPS in it, although it's nearly the same size as a Phantom. It doesn't
Yeah.
have GPS in
Right.
it. Doesn't have anything. It doesn't have like the Phantom
Doesn't
4.
have anything. This doesn't
Well,
have
it doesn't-
anything.
It doesn't really. The Phantom 4's got like collision avoidance. And,
Does it really?
Yeah.
How's it do that?
It's got sensors in front so that.
It's got airbags basically.
Not airbags, no.
Not yet.
No. Virtual airbags, maybe.
Does it have a parachute?
No, it does not.
There are drones with parachutes.
There are drones that you can attach parachutes to that will.
If I have
Deploy.
a Phantom, Phantoms are like $1,500, right?
Not really. I mean, that highest end one, I think
Okay.
it's like 13. Yeah.
So
I don't know.
13. I'm putting a parachute on my $1,300 drone.
Okay.
If it just like falls out of the sky, I'd like it to.
Well, ideally, it shouldn't just
Gingerly-
fall out of the sky.
Yeah, I guess not. So like, how does that do drones have like fail safes that prevent them from falling out of the sky? Because I feel like, what if the battery craps out?
Well, I mean, yeah, the whole idea with the Phantoms is that it's constantly giving you feedback on what's going on with its flight.
Okay.
So if the battery starts to get low, it's telling you that
Yeah.
your battery's getting low. You don't have to worry about that. So
This is a great episode because I don't know crap about drones.
searching for the curse word.
I was gonna say a different word, but then I realized where we were.
We already have, by the way, Raj in our chat wondering if any of these any of these drones can be used for covert operations.
Covert
The word
operations?
he used is first he said stalking, and then he said Area 51.
What?
Which is a little ridiculous, but drones in general are pretty noisy, aren't they?
Yeah, they're loud. You can fly one 200 feet up and still hear it. So
Really?
yeah, they're not quiet. That's why. And besides, they
Well,
all have.
neither are helicopters.
Yeah,
so-
well, and for the most part, they all have really wide-angle lenses on them. As you know, as you go further away with a wide-angle lens, the things get smaller and smaller and
Right,
smaller.
right.
It's not like they have all zoom lenses
Sure.
that you can fly up 200 feet and then
Sure.
zoom in on somebody.
Okay.
And if you're flying 20 feet above somebody, shooting them in their backyard pool, then they're going to know about
They're
it.
gonna know. They're gonna be like, oh, someone's creeping out.
Yeah,
on
and they're
us.
going to take a broom and knock it down. And
Then probably report
Or maybe
the authorities.
shoot it with a shotgun, like I've read too.
yeah, sure, you can do that.
So, do we have to register? Like, what kind of drone do I need to register if I live in the U.S.?
So it's not the drone you're registering. You're registering yourself as a drone owner.
a droner.
A droner.
A droner.
I mean,
I don't think that's a thing, but now it is.
we coined it here.
So basically any drone over 0.55 pounds. So anything over a half a pound, you have to register with the FAA.
Why is it a weight thing? I guess
Because if it falls from the sky or flies into somebody, I guess.
Right,
I don't know.
okay,
That's just
okay.
what they went with.
this is probably a pound.
That feels heavy, yeah.
Feels like a
so yeah, you probably, in order to fly that, you'd have to register yourself with the FAA and throw you have to throw you get a little number. from
Right.
A registration number you throw there on the drone or on
Oh,
the
really?
battery.
Okay.
Or, just something fixed inside the drone. You can put it in the battery cavity or
Interesting.
whatever. But
Keenan wants us to fly the drone, but that would not work out well in this small studio in our fake living room.
no.
I feel like we could do it. Do you want to just take?
You go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Can this guy?
No.
Why not that guy?
Because we
This one might knock
you
over
can
everything.
Start it up, but you're gonna do some damage with this
All
one.
right.
I've seen you fly, friend. And,
What do I do? Power on?
No, don't.
Don't do it.
Don't do that one. Let's do the tiny one
let's do
for
this
you.
tiny ass
The
one.
tiny one with the cage on it.
Yeah, the one with the.
So go ahead, turn it on.
Okay. I'm gonna activate this little. There we go.
All right, put it down on the floor.
On the floor.
Yeah, put it on the floor.
All right.
Mohammed is specializing that it's a quadcopter, not a drone. Is there a major difference?
So yeah, it's a common thing with people who want to argue such things. Yeah, no, technically, I guess it's not a drone. What'd you do?
I hit the
Oh
button.
boy.
You weren't supposed to hit any buttons.
You're just supposed to take off?
And on this week's
Anyway.
Open Tab, you will have a lot of buzzing
So
all episode long.
how does this work? How do I take off?
Huh?
How do
well,
I
I
take
don't
off?
know now.
Okay,
What'd you do?
I hit buttons. It's not moving. Oh, drones. Up. Oh. Okay, there it goes. What? How? Can I? Oh, man. You know, having the ball there is kind of great. All right. Well,
Yeah.
it wanted
Well,
to
it's
leave.
gone now. So.
And it is gone now.
And that's the story of drones. Basically, you fly them until they disappear into a tree.
Right.
And that might be why
so
you,
anyway,
you
you
don't
were
fly them on a
saying-
live show.
Yeah, what you were saying. What was the question you had?
Quadcopter.
Oh, right. Quadcopter drone. Yes, technically it's a quadcopter, multi-rotor, UAV, whatever you want to call it. The basically everybody decided to call it a drone, and for marketing purposes, drone works really well than
Yeah.
as opposed to UAV, which you have to
Yeah.
explain every
And
time.
that's like more of like a militaristic thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. They're drones.
So they're all interchangeable terminology.
Yeah,
if
and
you
I don't
will.
know that. Oh, look, somebody
Oh, he
rolled
came
it back
back.
to us.
He came back and went under. Oh, I got him.
So there you go, Jeff.
Can
Put
he
it down.
okay, put it. I want to fly from here. Oh boy.
There it goes.
Man, the bouncing part is kind of great.
Is there, Vin is commenting he hates short flight time with these toy drones. Do you find that with some of them?
Yeah, that's all of them.
Okay.
They're all basic.
Like a little mosquito.
It's like a little ridiculous.
Or
This
is it
thing's
tumbleweed?
ridiculous.
Well, now it's stuck,
Okay, well,
and this is why we don't fly in the studio.
I'll get it.
fair enough.
But you, our producer's got it.
Oh, how about another? I have another
Anyway,
question.
wait. Before your question,
Sure.
let's answer the person's question.
Short battery life.
Right, short battery life. So these are all the toy ones. Is it? No, it's
It's doing stuff.
yeah, it's upset.
Battery life.
Shut that off.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, the little ones, they all last anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes.
Which is nothing.
No, and a lot of them, I mean, it all depends on the model. This one's got a removable battery. Some of them don't. I go for the ones with removable batteries because they tend to be inexpensive
Sure.
anyway. So
and
that
you can
you
maybe
can
carry a couple with you.
Yeah, so you get like 20 minutes of flight out
Okay.
of it instead of 5. I mean, that's the main problem with a lot of them.
Gotcha.
So if you want to fly a drone like flying a kite, it's probably good to have, if you have the ability to have multiple batteries.
Oh boy.
Do they
yes.
charge off a, whoa!
Oh! This is a lot of
All right.
fun. This one's a lot of fun. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Can you charge them off like a battery pack, like with a
Yep,
cell phone?
Absolutely. It's totally doable. Joe, where are you with the camera?
Oh, I'm doing real good with this guy.
See, so
boy.
when you flew, Michael actually had the
Oh!
opportunity to fly
Oh!
the exact same one.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm talking about. Who catches their own drone? This one's fun, man. Can I have it?
After I'm done reviewing it, yeah, I guess. Well, there you go.
This is like, I feel like,
Oh,
no.
Propellers off.
I'm sorry. I broke the drone.
If somebody wants a toy drone versus a professional drone, what do you think is the customer level? Who would want what?
I think in general, most people want both. The toy ones are nice because they're cheap.
Yeah.
It also helps you learn how to fly without blowing $1,000 and crashing it into a tree.
Totally. Been there.
You've crashed it.
Maybe. Maybe it wasn't mine.
Oh, somebody else?
We don't have to talk about
All
that.
right, well, fine. Yeah, you can get one. I think this one in front of us is like $100.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you get that, you fly that around the park for a little bit, and you realize, okay, I'm ready to move up to something more serious. And flying this one is a lot more, like we said earlier, it's a lot more difficult than flying a Phantom. Because those do just about, they're so stable and can fly themselves, basically.
Right. That's cool.
And they're, as far as drones go, they're really easy. Quadcopters.
Quadcopters. Let's get it right.
They're easy to set up and start flying right away, as long as you say somewhat tech savvy.
Okay, fair enough. I've seen this personally myself. I've seen drones show up in places that it feels like they're not supposed to be, like an outdoor concert.
I saw them at fireworks the other night. Yeah.
That seems stupid too.
Yeah.
To me, that's dumber than a concert because fireworks, I feel like you can get hurt or hurt somebody, or maybe you could hurt somebody at a concert too.
Well, it wasn't shooting the fireworks.
Right, of course, but it was
flying
like into them,
fireworks.
which just seems silly. But is it? I feel like we're in a very weird time when it comes to drones and the legality of drones. And can a drone at a concert? What are the legal ramifications? I know you don't necessarily know like how many years I'm gonna do.
I do actually.
How does that work? Like, is it
all.
okay? Like, what are you allowed to do? What are you not allowed to do?
You're not allowed to fly over people. Not
Right.
in this, I mean,
In
not
gen-
in
just
this
in general.
country. Yeah, you're not supposed to fly over crowds. You're not supposed to go to stadiums.
Right.
The FAA puts out bulletins with no fly restrictions. So if there's a stadium, you're not supposed to be flying over a stadium. A while back, somebody crashed a drone at the U.S. Open, like crashed it into the stands.
That's not cool.
That's not cool. You're not supposed to do that. So they got in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have permission to fly over the
Sure.
event, then yeah, if you're part of the film crew that's
Right.
recording the
Well, yeah,
event,
of course.
then
That's a
yeah, you're
different,
allowed.
thing.
But yeah, somebody just off the street, me, you, we shouldn't be flying over crowds.
So I guess the good rule of thumb is if you're not sure, odds are it's probably a bad idea to do.
Yeah, well, in general, a lot of the things that we you hear on the news, they're just generally bad ideas.
Right.
But, that's what makes the news.
So like, why am I getting a drone? Am I getting a drone to get like really cool aerial shots of something? Am I getting a drone just to fly? I've seen like drone racing. Is that a
Right.
competitive
So
thing?
yeah,
Like,
but that's completely different. We've been talking about the camera drones, but
Right.
or the toy drones, but yeah, there's also the racing drones, which are all FPV, and you put on the goggles and you
that's cool.
fly through the goggles. We did that around the office real quick,
That's
right?
pretty rad, yeah.
So
All right, I want to bring up my favorite subject that I know you have a very strong opinion on when it comes to drones. Josh, how soon are we going to get drone delivery from Amazon.com? How soon is my box of High Chews that I ordered,
what's up? What?
High Chew chewing the candies? You
I
never
don't
had
know.
High Chews?
No.
You never had High
I have
Chews?
never heard of
No.
this. They sound chewy.
No, not Big League Chew, as my producer Brian just said. I'm talking High Chews. They're little candies that they're like green apple.
Is it Jolly
cantaloupe.
Ranchers?
Nope, they're chewy.
They're gummies.
They're gummies. They're the best candy ever. I'm sure the chat room agrees with me.
If you guys know what high chews are, let us know right now.
H-I-Chew. High Chew. Best. That's Japanese for best candy ever. Yeah. What do you seriously though? What are we? Is drone delivery a real thing?
I'm sure it's a real thing. I just don't necessarily understand why that's the thing that.
Because
listen,
humans can't
there
be
are so
trusted.
many good reasons to have drones. There are so many good things they can do, from agriculture to inspection to to even how many helicopters have crashed over the years shooting a movie where
Sure.
this can do it for half the cost and no lives at risk. So,
Right.
I mean, to have your package in 30 minutes or less.
But okay, fine. I get it. I don't need it. I don't need my 12-pack of boxers to get here in 20 seconds.
I don't know, but thank
I don't
you.
know how badly I need new underwear.
Exactly.
But what about like human organ delivery?
Yeah, so for that, it makes sense.
Right.
That, I mean, delivery of that nature, they had a test where they flew, they had the first ship-to-shore delivery of medication.
Right.
Delivering food to people who are stranded on a mountain or something like that.
Oh, that's
that
cool.
that makes sense. Supplies
Look,
to
we
somebody.
can't get a chopper there. But we're going to send a
Exactly.
Phantom there.
Yeah, well, they're not going to send a Phantom, but they'll send something
Like a
else that
higher
can
end
carry
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
that can carry a load.
Cool.
Yeah, that stuff is getting my package from Amazon in 30
Yeah.
minutes doesn't
So
make sense. to
be
me,
honest. Tell the world. Stop with drone delivery.
but- no,
Just
I'm
stop
not
worrying
not
about
sa-
it.
Stop. I mean, I just don't see the fascination. That's all. That's
Well,
me though. I don't.
Right, but like, and let's think about it practically, right? You think are we gonna live in a world where like 75,000 drones are taking up the sky and just delivering socks to
crap
people?
to
Like,
people,
yeah, come on.
you know, in 30 minutes that
How's that gonna work?
You could just wait till the next day.
This is your footage we're looking at here, right? This amazing drone footage you've taken.
Is it?
Yeah,
it's
I think
possible.
it is.
Yeah, this is us.
Man, you know how to fly a drone, man. Look at that.
Vin in our chat's wondering if you think we'll end up in drone cabs, like self-driving cars in the future.
That would be sweet.
And a few other people know what the candy we're talking about are. It's like Starburst or Square Candy.
It's like Starburst, but not crappy.
This isn't mine. This is Andy's.
It's really good.
Oh, Josh wants to know how much a Phantom would be.
The Phantom 4?
Like I don't know. You're on the internet.
Phantom
man.
4?
Yeah,
Okay.
people were like Phantom 4. I want to say because I had been looking around. Not that I'm gonna.
I want to say 1,300 for the Phantom 4.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. It's one of the higher end ones, right?
It is one of the. Well, I mean.
Yeah, MSRP about $1,400.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money to spend on your funny looking helicopter.
But the thing is that.
There's a Phantom right there.
Yeah. So, there you go. That's the thing.
It's cool.
Yeah. No. I think they're great. People should buy them if they have someplace to fly them, which has always been my problem. Is that out in Jersey, there's just really state parks are off limits. I think that's a big thing. Is that before you go out and sink $1,000, make sure you got someplace to fly it.
Totally. If you live near a big city, odds are you're not gonna have a lot of choices or options for flying.
Yeah. So I would do that first.
I mean, look, Josh has already been in jail 7 times since he started reviewing drones.
No, but Mark will tell you we got chased off by county trooper.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, it's real.
It's real. The struggle's real, everybody. Mike, we have some shout outs to give to our live viewers here.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being a part of our chat today. A couple shout outs over to Charles wants me to say hello. Hi.
What's up, Chuck?
Let's see. Tech Pimp said that we wanted to talk about phones, which we'll talk about later. But hi, thanks for joining us. We also had Josh Schlesinger from our last question, Brandon. Prince Lemonade worked really hard to watch our stream. He was having some technical issues, so
royalty
happy to have
in
you.
the house. Prince Lemonade.
And Vin gave us a couple questions as well as. And CEO, there was a little bit of a fight going on in the chat. People are being like, "Oh, Mike, the laptop guy is so bad, so bad." Stop talking bad things about this one person, CEO said. So thank you.
Yeah.
But it's the internet,
why are you
so
talking about,
we're not doing live chat expecting everyone to be nice.
Yeah. God, get a life, nerds.
But we want your questions, so please keep talking. I don't really care. Our comments from last week were making fun of my red shirt so hard. They were just like,
what was wrong with your red shirt?
Yeah, no, we're on the internet. People find anything that's wrong.
Get off the internet.
Were you fading into this couch, maybe?
Maybe I blended into the background.
You were just this floating head, perhaps.
Star Trek character?
Oh, was that what it was?
Star
They're
Trek
calling you a
character?
Star Trek character?
Maybe that's a compliment, though.
Except red shirts always die.
Ooh.
Oh.
If you heard that, apparently red shirts always die. I don't know if that
Is
made
that
it
a
into the
thing in
recording.
Star Trek?
Oh, guys.
I know, we're like CBS. I don't know.
I don't watch.
I don't know dick about Star Trek.
Drones with helium
Sorry.
balloon, says Raj.
What?
Raj would like a drone with a helium balloon powered by solar, using it as free Wi-Fi as Google Loon project.
Raj,
Google need more people with
pass
more
whatever that
brain.
is our
I
way.
mean, free Wi-Fi is always welcome.
Yeah, totally.
You know, for whatever.
I like the way you think, Raj.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're going to take a break.
All right.
Right? We're going to take a break. We're going to watch a video. There's a new Apple Store at the World Trade Center in that ridiculous-looking Oculus thing they built down there. Stay tuned. More Open Tab coming right at you. Fade to black.
It was just a few weeks ago we were in Williamsburg at the opening of Apple's very first Brooklyn store. Today we're in downtown Manhattan at another Apple Store grand opening, this time under the majestic Oculus that looks down over the World Trade Center Transit and Shopping Hub. Technically part of something called the Westfield Shopping Center. The upscale stores here are more Soho than shopping mall, and this new Apple Store has a lot of the updated features Apple is rolling out across its retail locations, including an informal seating area called the Forum with wooden cubes and a giant high-res screen, and avenues along the walls of the store where you can browse different categories, try on watch straps and phone cases, and if you like them, just find them in a drawer or on a shelf right there. And of course, like any Apple Store grand opening, you've got the team members lined up to clap and cheer enthusiastically for the first customers who get welcomed in with a t-shirt.
Hey there, welcome back to CNET's Open Tab. At the top of the show, we mentioned Samsung's Galaxy Note 7. That's the company's latest large screen phone, and we're going to run through a number of bigger devices that are completely real and in the news this past week and go over what we think of those. So first was the Galaxy Note 7, who our own colleague Jessica Dulcourt reviewed this week. Here's what's going on inside the Galaxy Note 7. It's got a 5.7-inch curved screen. It runs Android Marshmallow. Come on. We all know Nougat's the new hotness. 64 gigabytes.
3 days away from Nougat.
What's that?
Well, I think Nougat's next week, isn't it? Or
I
something like that?
guess. It should
Or
have
shortly.
Nougat on it. Like, let's get that out of the way. It should have Nougat on it.
I believe they announced that it will, but
It will, but just not out of the
who knows
box.
when.
64 gigs of storage, iris scanning. That'll scan your eyeball so you can unlock the phone, because that's the thing we all want. An S Pen stylus, water resistant for 30 minutes in 5 feet of water. And it starts at the low price of $850. Oh my God. It's an expensive phone.
Big, costly, expensive phone.
What do you guys think about the Galaxy Note 7?
So personally, I'm not into big phones.
Really?
I have an iPhone SE because I wanted that exact shape. I really like having a 4-inch iPhone so that when I'm on the subway or a train, I could hold it with my one hand and not get robbed by somebody ranking it out of my hand.
Is that a thing?
I feel like that's a thing. Maybe I'm paranoid.
I think you're
But-
paranoid.
You are, but I mean,
You don't? Yeah.
But I wanted
there's
the nice
nothing
camera.
wrong with some paranoia.
I wanted a better processor, but Scott in our office had the phone and I held it, and it has a really good grip to it because of its curved screen.
Okay.
So even though it's like a 5.8-inch screen, I could actually see myself holding it.
Right.
And
This is a
feeling
5
more
points.
secure about it.
This is I think it's 5.8 that has. This is a 5 point. Let me get rid of that. Jesus. This is a 5.7, and it's manageable.
This is the
I also have freakishly large hands.
that's the S6 Edge.
That's the 6 edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a 6 edge. But the Note is significantly larger than that.
The Note
Right.
was it's just a little bit larger than that, but
Yeah.
it didn't feel that way somehow.
Right.
And has the pen inside. But on the whole, I wish more smaller phones were out with better specs. More and more like reasonable phone sizes appear to be like getting the shaft in terms of features.
Sure.
But they'll be lower in cost, but maybe I want to watch a 1080p movie on a 4-inch phone. I know nobody else does, but I would like to.
Yeah, but you don't need to watch a 1080p movie on a 4-inch phone. Like you could get away with watching like a 360p movie.
But-
do you know what I mean? Like, what? What are you gonna say?
No, I'm just.
I mean, I could get away with it, but like, there's still a color gamut thing going on where it just looks a little better.
Let
But
him
you can
have
only
his
tell so much.
HD.
Huh?
Let him have his full
I
HD.
guess so. I'm not trying to like crap on his
You
HD
are.
ambitions.
You are. You are.
So, all right, I guess I understand what you're saying, but like going back to the notion of like big tech, like, yeah, it seemed like we were going in one complete, over the top sort of like phablet direction for a while, and now I don't think what you want out of a phone is uncommon. I do think people want something that's not as gigantic
Not
as
this.
5.7 and up.
This thing I have a hard time with.
What, that's yours?
No, it's our house iPhone that I do camera testing stuff
Right,
with.
and that's a 6 Plus?
This is a 6 Plus. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 6S Plus.
6S Plus.
And yeah, it's just I mean,
pretty
I've
big.
got big hands and that
Here.
thing's uncomfortable to use.
So, but like, my point is also this, and I guess like this is maybe a crappy sort of comparison, but like, these are pretty much the same size, right?
Yeah.
But they do,
your screen looks a little bit bigger.
my screen might be a little bigger. That's not all. But yeah.
And that's all that's
And this
important
is,
as
Nexus
is the topic
6P.
of today's show is
Yeah.
that bigger is better, apparently. Or except for Michael doesn't
guess.
like bigger. Never mind. So I guess it's
What
not
is
better.
your what do you like about having a larger phone? What's the phone that you have again?
I have a Nexus 6P. I like it a great deal. I also wish, like, I don't know, before this I had an LG G3, which had the same screen size but wasn't as tall. So, like, for me, you got to figure out a way to, like, make the edge-to-edge as sort of tiny as possible. Like, I don't want any of the front of the phone to be wasted on, like, this part, the white part. I know that's asking a lot, but that's, for me, like, that's the next
Well, how
big
does it
step.
compare to yours? Is it?
It's pretty much one-to-one. Like, there's a lot of, like, space up
Yeah.
here that I'm pissed off about. So
Raj jumped in our chat saying
what did
that
Raj say?
this time a phone company should put their money on R&D on batteries, make supercapacitor batteries smaller in size. So
I got
guess
news for you,
longer
Raj.
battery life.
That is what everyone is working on. Everyone wants to figure out a way to improve battery life. To me, that is the next big technological renaissance that we will hit, is like amazing battery life, and we're just not there yet.
And
That's why the Apple iWatch 2 that's coming out, I don't think is really going to impress anyone. You know, they were talking about rumors about the watch was supposed to have a cellular connection independent from an iPhone, and now that's probably not going to happen. So it's a battery thing. We'll get there. We're just not there yet.
And a few chatters, Quincy, Brandon, and Oscar, are talking about the iris scanner that's in the Galaxy Note 7, which is that's I believe new for Samsung in that phone.
Yes.
One of them saying that people would like it if it's on iPhone. I'm creeped out by iris scanning in general.
I don't like the term iris scanning. Iris scanning implies that I need to like do this.
Let's do that.
I
Let's
don't-
come up with an Apple name for iris scanning, because I'm sure they'll have a.
eye scan. That's what they'll call it.
No.
That's what they'll call. No, like when you put the word iris in, it just implies something clockwork orangey, and I don't want to do that. Just call it something else. Just call it like a pupil looker. I don't know. Just don't call it iris
Pupil
scan.
looker?
Pupil looker. That's terrible.
Yeah.
All right, let's move along. Josh, you recently reviewed the GoPro Omni 360. It's a $1,500 rig that assembles together 6 cameras to take immersive video. And if you don't have the cameras, it costs $5,000 to get it all in one package. What did you think of this gigantic GoPro Omni, Mr. Goldman?
It's not gigantic.
Okay. That's right. It's actually like
Yeah, it's
manageable.
Pretty small. You can see it.
Yeah.
Well, you see it on the video
it's
there.
like the size. It's like, what would you describe the size as?
It's slightly it's cantaloupe.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
I
it's-
can totally relate. I
All
love
right.
cantaloupe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's important.
Anyway, yeah. So I didn't review it. We got a demo of it,
Okay.
which was great because we got to see it. But can demo.
Oh my God! It's
so-
like, look at the thing it's giving you. That's
Yeah, so it is pretty incredible because it's got 6 cameras and
Right.
it's getting all that, and it gives you a resolution up to 8K.
Wow.
Not that you need that for most things.
Anything,
but
yeah.
4K is nice. So it does that. It's really streamlined. I'd say that instead of
In terms of like stitching all that stuff together.
yeah, so I mean, it's a complete product, unlike where they've had mounts that you can slap the GoPro
Right.
cameras
But
into.
you're sort of on your own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Once you get through that, this keeps all the cameras synchronized, so you're not going in and like clapping before you start rolling,
Sure.
or so you know where you have to start editing
Right.
from or anything.
How does it do that?
They all plug into the inside of the mount.
And GoPro allows for like a sort of universal tethering thing to happen.
Well, it's GoPro's rig,
Got it.
so
They
it's
came up with it.
Yeah, so
That's
they
cool.
designed it. It's
That's
all
really cool.
All the stuff synced together. You have one master camera,
Right.
and you turn that one on. All the other ones come on. You press record. All of them start recording at the same time.
Right. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Now, how much is this?
It's $1,500.
Oh, right. And
You-
without
you-
the cameras.
you read that part.
I did. I forget everything. And $5,000 if you don't have the GoPros.
Well, I mean, that $5,000 all-in package comes with software, the color software that is used for merging everything
Right.
together and editing it. So you get the color auto panel software, you get the rig, you get the cameras, you get micro SD cards, you
Right.
get card readers,
Oh,
you
so
get
they set you
cables,
up.
you
They
get
set you up.
Yeah, you get an external battery, you get this whole case that it comes in.
Right.
I added it up and it's over $5,000.
Okay.
So, but
Hopefully someone brings it to space or
Right.
underwater, and it could have like an immersive
They
underwater
better
video.
bring it to space. Why don't we have that in space yet?
they have an underwater rig because there are water shots of it being used.
Gotcha.
Can't do anything for you.
All right, so
about the
15.
space thing, but
You figure out the space thing. 1,500, 5,000. It's a lot of money. Is there a cheaper, more affordable way to get 360 video?
yes.
Oh,
It will not be as good as what comes out of those GoPros.
Well,
it's made for professionals.
Sure,
It's,
of course.
and that's nobody should confuse that as a consumer or even a prosumer rig.
yeah. This is
It's for-
super high end.
Yeah, it's for somebody who really wants to produce 360 video.
Right.
If you want to just mess around with it, yeah, there are options that are ready there for you. Oh, you have some of them here too.
Just show us real quick, like a cheaper 360 video thing. What's that iPhone
This
attachment? was
where,
called?
what happened to the iPhone?
Oh, I stole it.
All right,
Here,
so-
you can have it back.
I don't know. Is the camera on me? All
Yeah.
right. So this is the Insta360 Nano. It's unfortunately only really good for iPhone users. So I'm out of luck with a Galaxy, but we've got the Galaxy 360 or the Gear 360 anyway. But what this is, it's got the little lightning adapter in the bottom, and then you just pop it in, and hopefully it'll come to life. Takes a
So you
second.
pop that in, and then the phone
There we go.
launches
So can
a
we see that?
360.
Yeah, we can see that.
That's
So-
cool,
This guy could see
man.
me right now, even though none of the lenses are directly facing me, technically.
That's
Yeah,
really
so-
cool.
What are you doing? Oh,
Yeah, he
you
just-
just pulled
oh,
up
there
the.
he is.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, right.
yeah, so-
like I'm gonna put it on the front of my skateboard.
Or that.
Or the drone.
Come
That,
on.
that upsets me.
All these.
But you
real-
can. I mean, you can use it handheld.
Yeah.
Um,
It's really cool though. It like look
without the iPhone. You have to turn the iPhone upside down, which is a little awkward. But
for what it's worth, man. That's impressive. Like it's
it is, and it's only $200. So
Yeah.
that if you just want to mess around and share some cool 360 stuff with your friends,
Right.
this is totally a good way to go. If you're looking for something really you want to get into 360, editing and stuff like
Sure.
that, you're not going to mess around with this.
So what do you think, man? Is 360 here to stay? Do people really want that?
I think so. Actually, I had this conversation earlier today, even. The thing of it is that compared to a lot of people compare it to 3D, like when it, like everybody was like, let's shoving 3D down our throats.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that didn't really pan out. I think the big difference is you don't need glasses to enjoy this.
Right, there's no
Yes, you
special-
can throw it in your VR goggles and enjoy it that way. But you and me are just sitting here watching 360 on the
that's it.
phone, and
That's
you
it.
can do it on any phone or tablet.
And YouTube has like a cool
So,
360
yeah,
player where you can
YouTube
drag
and Facebook. So yeah, it's just it's there. It's
more
better for
accessible.
sharing.
Yeah.
So and yeah, still when I hand over my phone to people and I show them a 360 video, they're super impressed
Right.
with it. They don't care about the image quality.
Right.
The image quality for the consumer ones is pretty bad at this
Yeah.
point. I mean,
It'll get
some are
better.
better than others, but yeah, it'll get better.
All right.
But right now, it's pretty much a play with it.
Sure.
Don't expect great things from it, but play with it.
Very good. Very informative.
So-
We're going to move on to our last story of the day / week. Pepper, the robot, is a 4-foot high customer. Man, a 4-foot.
4 foot high.
No, it's not a 4-foot high customer.
Oh, no.
It's a 4-foot high customer.
Customer service.
It's not like a
Yeah.
4-foot person who's really high.
Was it? No, is
No.
it?
4
It's
foot
not like a
high.
stoned 4-foot person. Let's just
Oh,
get that
man.
out of the way.
No.
Okay. So this 4-foot tall customer service robot spent last week greeting customers at the B8TA tech store in San Francisco. The robot is programmed to talk with customers, follow voice commands, and read human emotions to judge how to react. Too bad every time I look at this thing, I want to run away in fear. So, what's the deal with this robot? Do we know anything more about it? I don't like the way it looks. it looks like it's like scared of me and humans, and I would probably kick it in
Imagine
the
walking
face.
into a Walmart or some department store, and this is what you'll see. And this past week in San Francisco, that tech store, that's what was happening.
So
And-
what was the reaction? Like, I know Lexi's there. What did she say about it?
The videos I saw only explained what it does, and that it's able to gauge human reaction. And so
What is
if
it
it's
doing?
pissed
Shake
off,
really
What
awkwardly.
is that?
It's just
Playing
gyrating
guitar?
like.
presumably if it senses you're angry, maybe it'll dance to try to calm you down or direct you
Smack
out of the
this kid.
store.
Yeah. I don't know how
know.
I don't wind up kicking this.
I
thing.
once worked at Macy's for holiday help.
Yeah.
And there were definitely a couple times where
You wanted a robot?
You wish
Where
a
I kinda
robot
wish-
could deal with people.
a robot could have, I could have folded the clothes while the robot would have talked to a couple of people.
Right, the robot's got endless amounts of patience.
Or the other way around, I guess, if the robot could fold the clothes and then I
Right.
could deal with the people.
Right. Okay. All right.
Especially if
fair
they're
enough.
like high levels of stress while holiday shopping.
Right.
But it's interesting to see how more and more robots could take over jobs more and more.
It's interesting and I guess cosmically depressing because I don't
Is it?
know. Well, I know this is not a serious show, but I think like 15, 20 years from now, we might be in a little bit of trouble.
I believe we had a conversation prior to us starting where maybe you would have liked to have had a robot at the counter.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Maybe a robot could work on the mail system that's failing.
Yeah. So there
Humans
you
can't
go.
be trusted.
Yeah.
Sometimes robots gotta be.
Maybe a robot would have known where your package was.
Maybe a robot wouldn't have lost my package after I handed it to him or it.
It.
Yeah.
Imagine telling a robot waiter or waitress that it got your order wrong. I'm sorry, the meat isn't cooked well enough.
Let me take it back, or just like allow me to zap it with my ray or something like that.
That's a different future.
Oh right,
Jeff.
I keep
That's-
getting it mixed up.
Yeah.
Hey Mike, do we have any other comments in the chat room?
Yeah, a few people were commenting on the robot. Brian said it reminds him of the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Uh,
Rosie, it's got a
few
little
are
bit of Rosie
creeped
in
out.
there. Yeah.
Oscar, so many jobs have been lost to tech. A few other people had two non-related questions to robots, though.
Let's do it.
One wanted to hear anything you know about the Nintendo NX, and that person thinks that there's a virtual reality possibility with it, but I haven't
Sure.
heard any rumors.
Your
of
guess
that.
is as good as anybody's because no one really knows a whole lot about that thing. It's probably going to be a tablet with detachable controllers as some part of it. That's really all we know. That's the only thing that's been widely speculated. Nintendo keeps things very private and secretive, so you can pretty much guess anything and have it not sound crazy.
And then, Josh, did you want to weigh in?
No.
You don't have. You don't. Have, you
Right.
mean to tell me you're going to sit there and not have an opinion on the Nintendo NX?
My dirty secret is I don't game.
That's not dirty at all. What's next?
Vanille wants to know if we've heard anything about any other Windows phones this year, and
How long has been? What is the
Does that
name
still
of that
exist?
person?
I can't pronounce the name correctly, unfortunately. Vanille Vatsav.
Vinny. Okay, how long have you worked for Microsoft? No, I don't know. Windows phones are not popular. We review them. I've never used one. Have you ever used one, Josh?
Not on. I mean,
Oh, not on
not a
purpose? You're about to
while.
say- yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
What are they like?
It's kind of like using a Zune in that,
Oh.
using it as a music player.
Oh.
The music app was actually quite great.
Sure.
It would sort things out, had a really good graphical interface, but ultimately apps just weren't there.
Yeah, I'm
and
not
they
trying
wouldn't
to,
run
like,
it well.
I'm not trying to hate on Windows Phone, but like you understand where we're coming from when we say like nobody uses them.
Nobody. I don't think there's a huge market in this country, but other
Yeah.
countries obviously.
Okay.
There's people that want them.
Me personally, I don't know much about them. I don't know what's coming out. They're not exactly a crowd pleaser.
Well, I mean, they all had at least some of the Nokia ones had good cameras in them.
They did. There was that one with
So-
like the 58 megapixel
There was
camera.
the 404, whatever.
That was a
or
thing?
40. What was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Anything else there, Mike?
Then back to the NES, to Nintendo.
to the NX, we're going NX, baby.
Mr. Budden actually says, if the GameCube comes back with the NES, I'll freak out. Like, if there was a GameCube Mini, that would be amazing.
The
in my
GameCube
opinion.
was pretty small.
If a GameCube
It was
came
like
with,
this
like-
big. It was like the size of the Omni thing.
Yeah.
It was
so-
small. That thing was tiny. They're saying like back. I mean, yeah, I would like some of those GameCube games to come back, like Eternal Darkness. That was a huge.
Yeah, if there's something packaged with maybe Eternal Darkness, Mario Kart, Luigi's Mansion, one of the Zeldas, that could be a solid thing. But if they're doing the NES first,
Right. So they're gonna do like you would imagine they'll do a mini SNES, plug and play sort of thing, maybe a 64. I think that NES one is gonna kill it this holiday season. I think
Is there a PlayStation version of one of those?
I don't think
Like
so.
with original PlayStation
not
games?
one that's like sanctioned by
No.
them. There's probably.
I'm
a
sure there's
rip-off
emulators.
thing. Yeah, those are
yeah.
probably a rip-off thing.
But maybe like if the Nintendo does well, wait 6 months, and then there'll be a little PlayStation 1 shaped device.
Well, like so think about it like this: they'll release that mini NES. It'll sell what it does. I think it'll do really well. Then they'll come out.
I'm already in line for one.
Totally.
so-
Then they'll come out with one that has 30 different games on it, and it'll be like blue or whatever. That's what they're gonna do. And I would imagine SNES makes its way, and maybe we get all the way up to GameCube. I don't know. GameCube, though, that's still slightly complicated. I don't know. A lot of data there too. An NES game is like 800K,
Yeah.
where like a GameCube game is a couple gigs. Yeah.
And then the chat's pivoting. It's probably where we'll close out.
Yeah.
The Amazon phone is what they're talking about now, but they're just talking about whether they
The
liked
Fire
or
phone,
didn't
remember
like it.
that thing?
The Fire phone. That
Where
the
did
fourth
that come
Android. I think
That was a
because we
weird
were
one.
talking about Windows, and then the
Yeah,
chat
that was a
decided
weird
to go right
phone.
there.
I remember playing with that thing and just being like, "Oh, this is bad," but it had some cool ideas. I remember that because it had all the cameras all over it. It was
Yeah.
cool on paper.
Because it had like a stereoscopic 3D effect
Yes.
by watching your eyes and
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, in
interesting.
3D.
Yeah, 3D on your phone.
Oh well.
Joey had a 3D phone.
Yeah, Joey buys everything. That's going to do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for chiming in, for watching us live, however you consume the show. Really big thanks. Have a fantastic, fun, safe weekend. Keep the conversation going in the comments and tweet us what you thought of today's show using hashtag OpenTab. Send us an email. We're going to start doing email now. We're giving this out? We sure?
Yep, we can give it out.
We're going to give it out?
Yeah.
OpenTab@CNET.com.
Send
All right.
us anything you want.
Anything you'd like to send us?
Topics.
Whoa, that's...
Fan
yeah,
art.
You can't
that was
really-
that
Don't
invite.
send-
No.
Yeah, we got to have some filter on
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
but things won't go on the air if we can't put it on the air.
Right.
That's for sure.
Right. Well, I mean, that still won't stop people from sending.
Yeah,
things.
we've
All right,
opened
so-
up Pandora's box.
Reel back
Too
in
late
a little
now.
bit.
Yeah, just reel it all back and use your head. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you
Thanks,
next
guys.
time.
Bye.